Most of the people don't know, but when I came here, when I was playing in Brazil, I was playing as a point guard. So when I got here, it changed completely my game. I was learning how to play without the ball. Dribble the ball a little bit more to find the teammates, make the right play every time, without losing the thing that I had bringing to the team. The crashing, the offensive boards, the extra possessions, the defense, and all that. Now I'm able to show a little bit more.
We go to talk to Gui Santos. Hey, Gui, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic, man. And I just got to tell you probably hear this a lot, but my gosh, you are a sight for sore eyes. You have such a fresh sort of way of presenting yourself and your game to fans. And I'd love to know, to what level is that just you, or is there something sort of strategic about how you have built the way you go about playing?
Man, it's a little bit of everything, of course, like all my teammates, all the coach staff, they've been trusting me a lot these couple of last games. So that, of course, helped me on the court, the confidence to attack the rim, the confidence to make the right play every time. So I think, of course, I work a lot. I do all this stuff, but mainly the guys from the team, the coach staff, they been giving me a lot of confidence.
And more confidence now, because it's not just hustle plays and, doing the right thing for small bursts. Now you're getting real minutes in 7 straight games and double figures. How much has this boosted your confidence over the last couple of weeks?
A lot. There's a big boost in my confidence because, when you start playing consistent minutes every night and you just perform, well, you help the team to get some wins that we were not expecting, so it's always great to have this type of game time, this type, the team playing together, everybody playing hard, fight. We know that we don't have Steph now, we don't have Porzingis now with us, but even without them, we keep playing hard and we keep playing, against good teams, and we've been making great games against these teams.
Gui Santos with us on Willard and Dibs. Gui, I want to ask you the same question that Moses has answered many times. Now departed Jonathan has answered many times. What has been your journey as a young player through this system to try to get minutes?
So this one of these days, Draymond has a great interview answer about that. So for me, I knew I would just get minutes, the short burst minutes, if I was a guy that was bringing a lot of energy, the guy that was getting offensive rebound, extra possessions for us. So I really logged in on there for my first 2 years. And, most of the people don't know, but when I came here, when I was playing in Brazil, I was playing as a point guard. So when I got here, it changed completely my game. I was learning how to play without the ball. Just being a guy that play really hard, a guy that's gonna be there to do whatever whatever I need to do to make the team win. So that was a big thing for me to keep my minutes, trying to get some more and more minutes. But now that I'm having these minutes, I can show a little bit more. I can show that I still being the guy that can, dribble the ball a little bit more to find the teammates, make the right play every time. Without losing the thing that I has bringing to the team, the energy, the crashing on the offensive boards, the extra possessions, the defense, and all that. But now I'm able to show a little bit more.
That's fascinating. I don't think a lot of us knew that. Gui Santos, the point guard. So how would you describe your game in Brazil, and have you given Steph Curry any pointers?
So my game in Brazil was basically like a point guard, man. I was just bringing the ball all the time, playing pick and roll, win all possessions. I was a guy that had the ball in my hand a lot, So when I moved to America and I moved to, I got drafted by the Warriors, I knew that we have the best player in the world. We have Steph we have Steph playing pick and roll. So I knew between me and him, of course, he's going to play more pick and roll. He's going to have the ball. So I said, okay, so I need to change it. I need to start playing without the ball, and that's what I did. I worked a lot with all the staff down in Santa Cruz for my first year. And then when I got up to San Francisco and to the Golden State, that was different. They were always saying to me the same thing, to keep playing hard, keeping doing the small things that is not everybody that does. That's going to give me minutes on the court.
And you've gotten minutes and you've earned them. And I don't think many people realize that you are now 8 years into professional basketball. Tell me about life as a 16-year-old making his debut in the NBB.
Oh, yes, that's true. I started playing pro when I was 15 to 16. And, like I was playing, usually when you like 16, you play with guys in your age here in America. But I was playing with guys 30. I was playing with guys 10 years older than me. Some guys was even 20. I don't know if you guys remember Leandro Barbosa, but
sure.
My first year playing pro, he was one of my vets in Brazil. We were playing the same team. So I think in my first bucket that I have as a pro, he was playing. So we were winning the game by 20, and he called the coach and said, "Coach, put the Gui in my place." And I started playing well. I started scoring my first bucket. So yeah, that's my 8th season playing as a pro. I never played college. I came straight from the pro league in Brazil to the G League, spent a year there. Then, I'm up here now with the Warriors.
At what point did a life in the NBA become realistic to you and a real goal?
I think when I was 16, when I met Leandro, because I was asking him a lot about NBA. NBA always been a goal for all the kids that play basketball. But when you're born in Brazil, when you're born in another country, that's make it harder, because we don't have that much resource that you guys have here. Because there we don't have a great court, we don't have great basketball, all that. So it's kind of tough for us to make here. But when you see and you look back, you see that all the work you put in, all the stuff that you did for, to make sure that you go to the NBA work. But when I was 16 and I have LB there, I was already thinking about NBA, but that was a goal that I see, but at the same time was very, very far from me.
How would you categorize the pro league in Brazil? Is it as good as the G League here, or is it more like upper level college ball? How would you rate the Brazilian pro league?
I think it's tough to compare with the basketball here, because the basketball here is so fast. The guys are so athletic. And when you go back to basketball in FIBA, we don't play that fast. The FIBA basketball is a lot of IQ, Everybody's so smart. Everybody is really thinking about the next play. The court is looks small. You don't have the 3 seconds defense, defensively. So that's completely different game for me, because it's harder to score. You don't see as many guys doing 50 points, 40 points. It's not because they cannot do it. It's just because when you look to the physicality, they allow way more physicality when you're on defense. You can grab, you can push, you can do more than you can do in the NBA. So I would compare that's it's tough, kind of like college, but at the same time, we bring more, we call more plays. It's kind of tough to compare it.
Gui, would you take everybody sort of inside the vibe of the locker room right now? Like these wins, the one last night, the one in Phoenix, I'm mindful of the embrace that you and Steve Kerr had right after the final buzzer. Everyone's aware you guys are you're really climbing uphill right now. How's everybody handling that, and what do these wins feel like when you don't have some of your top guys out there?
Yeah, so that's been I think the last 2 weeks has been tough week for us. First we lost Jimmy. That was one of the top dogs that we had. We lost him for end season injury. And then right after we had the trade deadline, everybody, it's kind of like a tough moment, during that week, because you don't know, your life can change completely. So you just be thinking about it. And the first win that we had in Phoenix was great for us, because that was kind of everybody was so worried about a lot of stuff that was going on, feeling bad for Jimmy and all the trade stuff. And we have that win. We put the team together back in the in the right track. And yesterday, same thing, man. We were down 17 in the fourth quarter. One of the coaches talked to us, and he was like, come on, man. Nobody going to feel sorry for the Warriors. We got to go there. We got to play harder. We got to play with heart. That's the only way for us to win this game, man. We just locked in, and we start playing like that, and we won the game.
Take me through that final sequence. You see your 40-year-old teammate wrestling on the ground with the ball, and you're just standing there hoping and waiting for him to pass you the ball from his butt. What happened, Guy?
So when I saw him there on the ground and fighting for the ball, the first thing that I was looking at is the baseline, because when he fell, his back was very close to the baseline. So I was like, oh, yes, he didn't touch the baseline. But as soon as I saw it, I tried to relocate myself to a spot that he could pass the ball, because there was 3 guys grabbing him, following him. And I was just there in the right spot, in the right moment, and he saw me, and he told me a good pass for me to, get creative under the rim, and got us the layup to win.
And you got fouled, too. I saw you asking for the and one, and then you realized, oh, I should probably go play defense.
Exactly. So automatically in the NBA, when you pump fake and the guy jump and you jump on him and he touch you, I think that's a foul. That's what I was asking for the referee at that time. I was like, he's magged my arm, but that's not a foul. But at the same time, I was like, okay, we need to get a stop. The game is not done. Come on, let's go back. It's the quick thing, I got to go back to the defense. I got to make sure that we get a stop. So my bucket really make us win the game.
You're not wrong, Guy. That is a foul,
yes.
but sometimes you don't get the call going your way.